Good morning, YouTube. I should be asleep because I know there's plenty of people are gonna look at me like, "Did you post that video? You told me you were gonna be asleep," and I'm like, "Yeah, but the Percocet didn't knock me out yet, so I'm still awake." I shot the other video, which is about the excitement of my surgery day, which was really just a bunch of hocus pocus. And so I was gonna tell you guys essentially what is actually going on underneath my vest because I've seen a lot of videos about guys and their top surgeries, and I have never, ever come across someone who was in a similar situation that I am. So I'm just gonna let you know the weirdness that I'm dealing with right now. I know a lot of people ended up putting ace bandages, and my doctor was like, nah. So what he did is he has this this type of special surgical compression vest that he likes to use for gynecomastia patients. It uses clamps, a zipper, and Velcro. And so I have two of these, and I have to interchange them, and I had to do nipple grafts, even though he was trying so hard to save my nipples, and I was like, my nipples are down near my belly button. Will you not? I really don't care. As long as they look fine, I'm cool, right? So, I get out. I hadn't seen my chest because I was in surgery dealing with ridiculousness for 3 days, right? He then tells me on my Monday visit, because he had mentioned vaguely, but he tells me at my Monday visit exactly what kind of went down in the OR, and why I needed to come back in a week, because he was talking about my nipple grafts. And I was like, okay. And I hadn't actually felt my chest. I just knew that I was like, I have the weirdest kind of padding, but there are also drains, and I don't feel good. Whatever, right? But I'm feeling these hard things on my chest, right? And I was like confused. He tells me that in the OR, because he takes he takes off the vest. You see, the vest itself, I'm purposely doing this right there. See, these straps are Velcro. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are Velcro. And at the top here, I actually have a zipper. And then I have clamps. Right? So it's a neat little contraption. My chest ain't going nowhere, right? However, that's not all that I have going on here. So he's like, takes off the vest, and I look down, and I'm like, what is that on my nipples? And he's like, I got a little creative when I was in the operating room, and I was just, those are not words that someone wants to hear you say when you talk about their surgery. There are just certain instances, what's going on? And he says, well, I was in there, and I took these caps, right? I found these caps, and I took them, and I took some sponge, and I took some stitch material, and I stitched them over top of the graft so they'd be nice and compressed. So what this man did, you can see this very well, right? Okay. This is my vest. I don't want you to see my stomach. This is like my little side view. My awesome flatness. That was cool, right? But that's not all that's going on around here. With this lovely little vest type thing I got going on, I might put my glasses on so I can see. I got a lot going on right now. My nipples, whew, are right here and right here. But if you can look really closely, that's actually a really hard material right there. You can see that outline. Okay, do you see that? That is not my nipple. This is a cap. That is a cap. That is a surgical cap. Okay, guys, seriously. Okay, this is what happened. He goes into the room, right, and he's in there. And for some reason, he got excited. I don't know. I don't really know, okay? He's just too adorable for his own good. I don't even know. So he finds these surgical caps, kind of like when you remove things from people's bodies and you put them in a little thing and you cap it, right? I think they're like baby blue or something, or yellow. Oh, these things are baby blue. Oh, snap. Alpha, Omega, Kappa. Look at that. My fraternity. No. Okay, so they're like this big. The caps that you put on certain things, you take specimens, you take things out, right? So he took the caps off. He took 2 caps off. And he cut like 4 little divots in them. And he took the sponge, sewed my nipple on, put the nipple down, right? So he put nipple down, sponge, cap, and then tied it into my skin on 4 points. So I have these fake saucers on my nipples right now. And he took the first set of dressings off. And I was just like, what is going on? No one prepared me for this. I've never heard of this before. And he's just like, well, it just gives you extra compression. I was like, most of my friends have ace bandages. But what is going on? And he's just like I said, you know, he's like, you're gonna like the results. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you could buy something that does this. Did you just really think of this? He's like, no, you know, I was in the OR and I just looked over and I saw these caps and I just got this great idea. And I was just like, this is the news of the week. That was my news of the week, where I was like, see, no, every week is going to be something exciting. And he decided he was going to go and do arts and crafts with my nipple grafts in the OR, because he had that time. He had 3.5 hours to kill. And he said, I'm going to make a little cute thing. Because he didn't do it beforehand. He had just gotten out of a surgery. Like, he just kind of created this, like, and I was just like, do you do this all the time? Because the nurses didn't seem to have a problem with this. Like, nobody, he said it like nobody was surprised. The woman who was doing this was like, oh, that's really kind of cool. I was like, see, she didn't even know you were going to do this. You didn't even know you were going to do this. And I was just like, what kind of crazy things keep happening to me right now? So, also, I ended up having, I'm sorry, I can't scratch it. Oh, okay. So, I ended up having a lot of stuff going on underneath all of this. I had a size F breast cup. So my breasts actually went down to my belly button. They were this big-ish. They were huge, okay. I couldn't actually hold one. I could not hold a breast in my own hand. I had to hold like 2, and it would still be a lot, right? He removed between 8 and 10 pounds of just breast tissue. I had a lot of just breast. As a result, I had a lot of axillary breast tissue, as in your armpit. And so this armpit right here had a big old just globbing hump of breast tissue that had grown when my breast had grew. And so he had to take it out. And so he originally said, I'm just going to make an incision. I'm going to liposuction out. It's going to be cool, right? He made it sound like this incision wasn't going to be long. It wasn't going to be a problem. It's coming to find out when I go to do the dressings today. Because it was so much, he had to cross my midline. And he gives me this weird, like, pec type thing, so I'm waiting for the swelling to go down to heal to make sure that this stuff looks reasonable. So on my chest, though, I essentially have a scar that runs from, like, curves into my midline. They run out on each side. Now on my my right side, it comes all the way out to the end. It goes up in one direction, down the other, just really slightly. And then on the other side, what I ended up having is, when you look at it from the side, my actual, like, right side of my body, I have the incision, and then I have the one from the actual breast tissue incision. So if you're looking at the side of, like, my body, like, if this is, like, the side of my body, right here, this is my left side with the breast tissue, I have an incision mark coming. I have a drain mark. Okay, so these are the incisions that I was guaranteed that at the end of the day I had to have, right? So that's the incision on the side view, because it comes up and comes up and down at the end where he finished it a little bit, and then the little hole is the drain mark, right? Now my arm is like this big old circle up here. That's like my armpit and everything. That's my armpit. Now my incision ain't supposed to be that long. My incision to get all that breast tissue kind of looks like this. So essentially, when I looked down, I realized that I had so much breast tissue that he had to remove that I actually have about a 4-inch plus scar, like scar. It's all sutured up, which is fine, but I had a 4 or more inch incision coming from the top of here and extending almost towards my incision line, because there was that much breast tissue that he had to remove. So I now have all these wonderful things, like I have these ridiculous amounts of like incisions all over my chest. I don't know what my nipples look like besides the random little saucer fuel type environment that he created. They have their own like little apartments on my damn chest. So I don't really know what else is going on up underneath them things. I can't really see what's as much. He has really clean stitches though, so I've seen other people's stitches and they look kind of painful. His, I actually don't know where the stitches are because he uses dissolvable stitches, and he kind of when he contours it in such a way that it looks kind of like a peck, because the shadow line, he like instead of sewing it directly on the chest where it's like a flat chest and there's two just giant lines, because it has a slight curve to it, he sews them up at the bump. so that when it flattens out, it'll have a slight curvature to it, but the incision wouldn't be as noticeable because it would get lost in the shadow of the bump that it curved on. And it's like the way he did it, it's almost like it looks like it's rolled into itself. So it's not like there you can't see any stitches. Like it's gonna pucker and heal onto itself. So it'll be a relatively smaller scar by the way that he did it, and it looks relatively clean. I saw the ones on my sides, and they've like pretty much sealed. Like they're not perfect yet, but they're like already sealing up. And I was just like, I don't know what kind of voodoo this man used, but this is pretty intense. So I have the random I forgot classes. I have a random saucer nipple thing going on. I have this big old scar or incision on my doggone armpit that looks like a freaking cockroach had a freaking duck train of babies. It freaks me out. It's like black licorice. I don't like black licorice. It's just awkward. And then of course the shit's itching like horrible, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I had the bruising on one side, and I have a big belly. I gained a lot of weight. It was unfortunate. So of course the little tri-top compression vest keeps pulling up. So I'm about to actually make a makeshift protection invention tomorrow because I'm feeling excited and creative. So what my mom and I are going to do is I have a bunch of surgical stuff. We're going to re-surgical do all this stuff, put all the dressings back on, do light skin tape that's the non-irritant type tape that's meant for like light wound care. Lightly tape everything down first, and then I'm going to put on a wife beater over top of it, and then I'm going to put this vest on because it has the same problem that a tri-top would have. I'm going to put the vest on, and over the bottom band of this actual one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the the safety pins that I have, and lengthwise safety pin them through and around and pull it down and safety pin it around so that it'll stick to the wife beater. And as long as I have my wife beater in pants the entire time, which I would seriously go as far as, I mean, like, unless I had to pee, I would just like safety pin them damn things to my pants. I don't have to worry about it. But as long as it's down, it'll keep it from rolling up because this thing has a severe tendency to roll up, which it's doing right now, just so I can get some relief and some peace. So I'm going to give you guys some updates. I go back on Monday to have the nipple thing dealt with. I don't know what he's going to do. He did not adjust my nipples. He didn't say that he adjusted my nipple size in surgery, which is making me think that I'm going to have to get him to take these damn spaceships off my freaking nipples, and then he's going to have to numb them, and he's going to have to shave off a couple of millimeters because I had very long nipples. Like I had like bullet nipples. I had big nipples. So he's going to have to, like, he's like, I take this thing and numb it. He's like, and then I have this little thing and it just shaves off the top of the nipple. It just clamp it, shaves it off. So I'm probably going to have him shave off some of the tops of the nipples. And then after that, technically, he has no reason to be putting things on me unless he gets creative. But his room's really boring, so there's nothing else he can decide to stick on or in me. So that should be the last one. And he said pretty much after that, it'll be like antibiotic ointment treatment, Aquaphor treatment on the nipples. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do about my derma. And then I go back that Thursday just to make sure everything's still healing right. And then after that, I just go back to Ithaca and I come back in March for some visits. So, guys, it hasn't even been a week. You know, I haven't been posting, and I'm like, I hope that in the videos, random ones that I do, that you guys will understand why it is that I go missing for random lengths of time. Because things like this kind of happen to me on a weekly basis. And so I never really know what exactly is going to happen in my life on a week-to-week basis. And sometimes it's just ridiculousness. It's just too much. So, you know, just kind of bear with me. I'm going to try and post some cool things. But I part of the reason I did these two videos is that I have a lot of people in my life who were really curious as to what was going on in the hospital and why I make these random snarky comments about what I'm dealing with now. And it's very difficult to tell like 87 people the same story. So my hope is that when I share this with you guys, you know, with my family and friends, aka my friends, and I guess my Greek family, that they'll get a laugh because, you know, this is just my life right now. This happens when you have water in your lungs. I'm still coughing up blood, mind you. Just blood and phlegm thanks to pneumonia. So getting my laugh right now. So yeah, I thought I'd let everybody know what's going on. You guys can send wishes to my mom because she's about to drop kick me in a second. She's like, you gonna make me go great, I'm gonna be a skunk before this doggone winter is over. It's like, yeah, pretty much. So that's me to go. So I have to go because I'm gonna like cough to death. I will talk to you all later, and I hope that my adventures have brought you all some enjoy. Sorry. I'm sorry. Have brought you all some enjoyment. I'm gonna go in my little bed fortress downstairs. And I'm gonna nap and try and sleep for like 25 hours or something. So I'll talk to you all later. You'll have a nice morning, night, time, day thing. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll see you all later.